InnVision is the largest provider of homeless services in Silicon Valley, providing services to over 20,000 men, women, and children, returning veterans and families that are homeless in the Silicon Valley. Many of us have an image of the homeless. It's the derelict. It's someone in the park screaming at us, perhaps using profanity, and we don't feel comfortable approaching them. The face of homelessness has changed. The homeless are just like you, they're just like me. They're folks that had a home, had a career, had a life. They had a warm bed for their children, a hot meal for their family, and today they're struggling. They're everyday individuals in Silicon Valley who came here with the hope of having a better future for their families.
My story is pretty similar to a lot of people who are still living a good life. I was a full-time housewife and mother. I was married for nearly 20 years, and that was my job, and I did a very good job of it. And then my husband decided after a few years that he wanted to change. He was also having difficulty dealing with my mental problems, which I suffer from severe clinical depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress. So these were things he could not, control and had a hard time dealing with.
My early life was very good. I grew up with an older brother and two parents who adopted me at the age of 2.5. They gave me everything that most people dream about, including a beautiful house to live in, great schools, a lot of support. I studied very hard. I played an instrument most of my life, and I had the opportunity to attend and graduate from Stanford University.
2 years ago, my life was as perfect as any kid could dream. We were living very close to school and renting in a $1 million home, and I had lots of friends, lots of money, and lots of toys, which any kid would be very envious of. But over the summer we had to move, and because the economy went down even more. So
when he decided to divorce me, I went into a deeper depression. I tried to kill myself 3 different times. The last time I tried, I just went back into bed and stayed there and found solace in alcohol. After a few months, my son, not being able to get me to get out of bed or go do anything, decided to get me in this program. He knew somebody who knew somebody, and he said that this was the place I could be.
Well, what I would say happened is everything kind of worked out in the beginning. My father was able to get me a great job at the House of Representatives. From there, I ended up working at the United States Senate, and it looked like things were really on track. When I came back to California, I was fortunate enough to get a job with Silicon Graphics, which is a company that literally sent me around the world. I've worked in 4 continents and over 20 countries. I had a lot of experiences, met a lot of people. But one of the experiences they gave me was going to a convention in Las Vegas. And when I went to Las Vegas the very first time, in an instant, I was hooked on gambling. And because of gambling, I basically lost everything that I had, including my housing.
So we decided to move and into an apartment, and we went into a 6-month contract, and recently the 6-month contract ended, and searching for a house for 4 months, 3 months, 4 months, we couldn't find a house. So as of right now, I've been homeless for 2 weeks, and I mean, homelessness doesn't really have to be people who make poor decisions or have problems. It can just be a regular guy in school who lives with his family in a hotel or goes camping every weekend.
And I came to live here, and when I came here, I was a basket case. I wouldn't talk to anybody, I wouldn't look at anybody, I was terrified. I didn't know what I was going to do or how long I was going to be here, or what was going to happen to me. And slowly I realized that, it's going to be okay. Through the programs that they have here, I got a new psychiatrist. I got back on my meds regularly. I see a regular mental doctor, medicine doctor. I also have a therapist that is provided by, InnVision, and that helps a lot. They have a lot of different programs that you attend classes for, and it's helped me to get back in touch with myself. I no longer feel like I'm, at the deepest, darkest part of, my whole life. I now see that there's a future and that I most likely will be able to get a job and support myself and find myself in my own place once again and live a normal life.
What InnVision did for me is it gave me a lot of support, a lot of friendship, a lot of tools. It gave me a lot of direction, a lot of support, and they've been very patient with me. This is actually my 6th and hopefully final time at an InnVision shelter. Well, they've helped me secure permanent housing. I'll be moving in on January 1st. I get to celebrate my birthday in my own place. I'm actually going to be working on writing a book over the next year or two. But I'm really excited. I feel like the future holds a lot for me.
I think the biggest pain about homelessness is that you miss living in a house, because I think that being homeless, you miss having a place that you can call your own. And other people, they should, I mean, homeless people aren't necessarily people they don't know. It can be close friends, and you never know, because I never really told anybody at school. Well, not really. So if they have a chance to help homeless people, then they should actually take it.
It takes a community to make a program like this work. It takes a community of corporations, of individuals, of volunteer groups, of service groups, qualified staff, good people to come together to pull resources and talents and love and compassion to really serve those people that are in such dire need. InnVision is here regardless of whatever situation a person may find themselves in. Perhaps they're dealing with depression, serious depression, and they don't have the family or the support, or they don't feel that they can go to their family for the support that they need. InnVision is here to help them.